about what happens when matter gains heat. Do you still remember the changing states happen when matter gains heat? Yes, you're right. They are melting and boiling. Ice melts and changes its state from a solid into a liquid because the ice gains heat. And water boils and changes its state from a liquid into a gas also because it gains heat. Then, what if the matter loses heat? Will the matter change its states too? Let's take a look.
Have you ever boiled water? Look at the lid of this pot of boiling water. Where do the water droplets on the inner surface of the lid come from? When water boils, it changes into steam. Steam has a higher temperature than the pot lid. When the steam touches the cooler inner surface of the pot lid, it loses heat and its temperature decreases. The steam cools and changes back into liquid water. We say that the steam has condensed. When a gas changes into a liquid, the process is called condensation. Here are some of the examples where condensation could happen around us. The water droplets on the inner surface of a teapot, the water droplets on a glass window, the water droplets on the outer surface of a Coke bottle, the morning dew, and the cloud. Do you know how clouds form? Try to imagine when the air around is very hot. Water molecules in ocean will change from liquid into water vapor in the air. This process is called evaporation. However, when the water vapor rises up to the sky and the temperature drops, the water vapor condenses and start to change into lots of tiny water molecules.
Now let's see the other process when a matter loses its heat. Do you like popsicle? I believe you all know how to make popsicle. We only need to pour some flavor water into molds and leave them in the freezer. When the flavor water in the molds is placed in the freezer, it loses heat to the colder surrounding in the freezer and cools down. When its temperature drops to its freezing point, it starts to freeze and changes into a solid.
When water is placed in the freezer, it loses heat and cools down. When its temperature drops to its freezing point, it starts to freeze and change into a solid. When a liquid changes into a solid, the process is called freezing. It is the reverse of melting. The temperature at which the liquid freezes is called freezing point. The freezing point of water is 0 degrees Celsius. By the way, do you still remember what is the melting point of water? Yes, it is 0 degrees Celsius. What do you notice about the freezing and melting points of water? Water's freezing point and melting point are both at 0 degrees Celsius. Different liquids have different freezing points. Let's see the different freezing points from these following various oils. From this table, we can see that coconut oil has the highest freezing point, while peanut oil has the lowest freezing point. Here are some of the examples where freezing applies in making these following things: jelly, ice cream, solidified lava, cake decoration from caramel, and the freezing candles wax.
Our topic for this week is talking about what happens when matter loses heat. Please do worksheet 6 in activity book page 11 and 12 as your science HBL assignment. Write your name and class, capture your work,